So you got one of the OG Model S's.
There's a lot of weird stuff about it. I changed my low voltage battery a couple weeks ago. I ended up paying Tesla to do it because it's like a 2.5 hour process. You have to take off all of your front trim. You have to pull back the tub a little bit. And when Tesla quoted it, they're like, oh, we're going to have to charge you $20 to install it. I'm like, I have a 2012 Model S. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to be like $70 to install it. There's a lot of weird stuff like that. The door handles back then are a little tricky. I still think the Model S door handles the way it's self-present. It's like the coolest thing in the world. Every time I walk into the car, I still love it. Yeah. But I knew that they're not going to be the most reliable things ever. I had like 2 or 3 recalls of them. I can't remember how many times Tesla replaced them, but I had one break, and it's just the switch. It's the micro switch. It's like a $10 part, but it's not a standard micro switch, so it's like a $40 part. I ordered one off the internet because Tesla wanted like $300 for a micro switch.
Have you had any other major issues like with the drive motors or anything like that?
So I'm on battery 2. The first battery had the contactors seize. The car won't do anything at that point. So my wife was stranded in a parking lot in PetSmart. And this is all under warranty, but they opened it up, they replaced all the contactors. About 3 years later, I think the same thing happened again. Tesla never really told me what happened, even though I was working there at the time. But yeah, I got a brand new battery. So my battery was only like 4 or 5 years old. And then drive units, I've been through a bunch of drive units.
Really?
Drive units, I think I'm on drive unit 6. Yeah.
Ouch. Wow.
So the first one, I honestly think it was a manufacturing defect, but the whole gear reduction in the drivetrain just disintegrated. It was marbles. I was just driving and I heard a chunk and I lost almost all power, and then got a new drive unit. And then those early drive units have this, I don't know whether it's clunking, but whenever you hear the tick, you call up Tesla and you say, hey, it's doing it again, and they'll give you a new one.
It's doing it again.
Wow.
But they give you a refurbished one that has the same problem. So I went through like 4 or 5 of those.
When was the last time you had it replaced? How long ago was that?
The last time I had it replaced, it might have been late 2018.
So despite all these issues, you still love the car?
Still like the car a lot. It was a big part of my life. Like, it's why I went to work for Tesla. I always wanted an electric car. I didn't think they'd really exist. And then the Model S came out, and I was like, well, I can.
That's what I was.
$50,000. I can afford that. And then $97,000 later.